is home to many ghost stories, but it is most notorious for the hauntings at the Civic Theatre and the friendly ghost that haunts it. We spoke to Nicholas Wheatley, a senior technician at the Civic Theatre, to see his relation to the stories.
Hello, my name's Nick Wheatley. I'm the Deputy Technical Manager here at the Civic and Cranbourne Theatres in Chelmsford. I've been involved with the theatre since 1971, but I started working for the council 32 years ago.
And what is your relation to the hauntings that have been around the Civic?
Right, well, to all intents and purposes, it appears that the ghost is my brother.
Okay.
He'd been working here for several years for a company that used to do a season of plays in the theatre.
Okay.
And he was involved in a traffic accident just by the railway station,
Okay.
just this side of the bridge, where he got knocked down while he was crossing the road. Appeared to be all right, but while he was in A&E being monitored, he started not recognising people that were around him, and he deteriorated very quickly after that.
Okay.
But 48 hours later, he passed away. We didn't think anything more of it until a few months later, we had a visiting company was coming to the theatre, and one of them came and found us in the evening and said, who was that person I was talking to earlier? I haven't seen him here before. And we asked them to describe him, and they said he was very tall, and my brother was 6'4", so
Okay.
obviously tall. And there was no one else working in the theatre at the time that was that sort of height,
Yeah.
and we couldn't think of anyone else they could have been seeing, because it just didn't fit the bill. I'm not quite sure how the butterfly came about,
Yeah.
apart from the fact that we did go through a few occasions when we had some very odd things happening, particularly around the workshop area. And what was happening in those situations was that things would randomly fall off the wall, or a bit of scenery would fall over that was perfectly stacked. And those occurrences only ever happened when both myself and my older brother Jeff were in the building. And following on from those was when we suddenly started seeing a butterfly.
Okay.
Now, a butterfly in a building the size of these two isn't necessarily that odd, but it was the fact that the butterfly kept appearing. We only ever saw one butterfly in the building. There was never more than one. And it always seemed to be the same sort of time of year, which was just before Christmas,
Yeah.
which is when he died. And it wasn't really Jeff or I that put the connection together, but other people working on the crew at the time said,
Yeah.
do you think
I
it's
saw
Paul?
the links.
Yeah. And it was, as I said, it was the fact that the butterfly only ever seemed to appear in the middle of winter, particularly around Christmas time, and it was only ever one butterfly. You never saw another one at all in the building.
Wow.
And that's where the whole theory about the butterfly's presence.
After the interview with Nick Wheatley, he gave us a tour around the Civic, where he told us more about the stories and showed us places where the hauntings occurred. Additionally, Nick told us about how he did not believe in ghosts before these hauntings, and that he believes that only people that have experienced hauntings themselves can truly believe in ghosts.